What if I told you that salamat does not really mean thank you? Today, Filipinos say salamat in almost every language across the islands, from Tagalog to Kapampangan, Cebuano, Hiligaynon, Maranao, and many more. And we use it to say thank you, to show appreciation, and express gratitude. But unknown to many, salamat is more than just saying thank you. Mabuhay, or in Kapampangan, luwid kayo, and salam to our Muslim viewers. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Kirby Araullo, your friendly Pinoy historian and culture bearer. And in today's video, backed by popular demand, we'll revisit the true meaning of salamat. And you know, it's one of my most favorite topics of all time. And it's a word that we use every day, but I bet its true meaning and its deeper history will surprise you. The Philippines is home to an incredible linguistic diversity, with more than 180 languages.
That's amazing. It's actually, there's more. If you dive deep in the culture, you'll find more stuff, yeah?
Spoken across over 7,000 islands. And in many of these indigenous languages, salamat is widely used to express gratitude. For example, in Tagalog, we say, maraming salamat. In Cebuano, they say, daghang salamat. While among the neighboring Waray, they say, damo nga salamat. And in Kapampangan, we say, dakalpong salamat or dakala salamat, which sounds similar to Maranao's madakala salamat. But here's the thing, when we say
it's common around all those languages, yeah?
Salamat, it's not just about saying thank you. It is also about wishing peace, safety, and well-being, a reflection of the values deeply rooted in our people's diverse but interconnected cultures. Values like care, harmony, and community. And you know, this is not unique to us in the Philippines. Our neighbors across Southeast Asia, like in Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia, they also use salamat in everyday greetings, like salamat pagi, to wish someone a peaceful morning.
Yeah, in Bahasa, in Malaysia, it's salamat ditang, salamat something like that, yeah?
And a safe start to their day. Salamat datang, to greet someone arriving, essentially welcoming you by wishing you a peaceful and safe arrival. And salamat jalan, to say farewell, or more accurately, to wish someone safe travels. Now these greetings are not just polite, they reflect our shared indigenous Austronesian values of harmony, care, and wishing others well-being. It is the same spirit that we find in the word salamat in the Philippines. But to truly understand salamat, we need to dig deeper into its linguistic roots. The word salamat comes from the Semitic root word for peace, and this can be found in many languages, including salam in Arabic, shalom in Hebrew, and shlama in Aramaic, the mother tongue of Jesus. In fact, in Islam, greetings like Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and the response wa alaikum assalam, and upon you be peace, are a way of sharing and exchange.
Yeah, this one I know. In Arabic is salam. In Hebrew is shalom. Yeah, almost same. Yeah?
Wishes of peace. And in the South Asian languages of Urdu, Hindi, and Punjabi, and many others, salamat is also used to mean safety, as in wishing someone safety and well-being. And if you notice, across these,
it's amazing how this guy done all these researches. That's amazing.
Diverse cultures, the essence of salamat has always been tied to peace, harmony, and care for others. And this connection shows us how deeply woven the idea of peace is, not just in language, but in faith and everyday life. Indeed, the word Islam itself comes from the same root word of salam. And in fact, even the biblical name Solomon and its Muslim equivalent Sulaiman, or Sulaiman in Tagalog and Suliman in Kapampangan, all come from the same root word for peace. And these names have been carried by kings and heroes throughout the centuries, if not for thousands of years. Just think about it. From the biblical King Solomon, who was known for his wisdom and building the first temple, to the great Ottoman Sultan, Suleiman the Magnificent, who ruled one of the most powerful empires in world history. In fact, even here in the Philippines and across Southeast Asia, some of our own pre-colonial leaders bore these names, including my own ancestors, Raja Sulaiman of Maynila, his cousin, Magat Salamat of Tondo, and even their great-grandfather, Sultan Sulaiman of Brunei. They all bear names rooted in peace. And around the world, these leaders who carried names rooted in peace left a legacy that reminds us of the enduring significance of harmony and unity across generations and across borders. So in Arabic, salamat is actually the plural of salam, meaning literally many peace. And you know, this idea of wishing someone an abundance of peace resonates deeply with our ancestors and how we use the word today. Now let's look at how this word is written in our indigenous scripts. The root word for salamat, salamat, salam, shalom, and shlama, and many others, is traditionally spelled as shin, lamed, mem in many Semitic alphabets, and in turn, this can be translated into English as SLM. Now, what is really interesting for me, both as a scholar and a baybayin and kulitan culture bearer, is how this actually
this guy is a scholar. That's why he knows a lot.
Parallels the way we write salamat in our indigenous scripts in the Philippines. In Tagalog baybayin, it's written as sa, la, ma, and ta, with a vowel cancellation marking on ta at the end. Or, you know, to
That's
keep it more
amazing.
traditional and pre-colonial, you could leave out the ta altogether and just write sa, la, and ma, salamat. And in the Kapampangan Kulitan script, it is written vertically from top to bottom, with the characters for sa, la, and ma, and then ta placed right next to ma to cancel the vowel. If we think about it, the root of salamat traces back to SLM, echoing its Semitic origins in shin, lamed, mem. So in a way, the way we write salamat in our own indigenous scripts in the Philippines preserves
The first character looks like the Indian character.
the original spelling of the Semitic root word shin, lamed, mem. It is a beautiful connection that shows our deeply interwoven languages, cultures, and traditions around the world. And this connection is not just historical, it's alive in how we celebrate gratitude today. For example, SB19's Salamat or SLMT music video beautifully captures the spirit of Salamat. And if you want to dig deeper, you can check out my reaction to their music video. But salamat is not just a word, it is an embodiment of our people's values of community, gratitude, and connections, which we actually see in our indigenous traditions of Thanksgiving. Throughout the Philippines, our ancestors express gratitude not just in words but through meaningful rituals and practices. For example, in Kapampangan culture, we have the indigenous tradition of daon, where food offerings and lanterns, which we now call parols, are made for our ancestral spirits. It's our way of giving thanks for their blessings. And in Mindanao, both the indigenous Lumad and Muslim communities practice kanduli, a communal feast to give thanks, celebrate milestones, and foster peace and harmony. Now in Ilocos, there's atang, a ritual offering to honor the ancestors and to show gratitude for their blessings and guidance. In fact, even in Bicol, where the phrase Diyos mabalos is used instead of salamat, the sentiment actually reflects the same values of gratitude, an expression of appreciation by asking God to bless others. And Diyos mabalos literally means God will return the favor or God shall repay. And these traditions remind us that gratitude is more than just a word, more than just a feeling, more than just saying thank you. It is found in our actions, a way of strengthening bonds with the community, the ancestors, and the divine. And this is the true
I love the way he does the visuals, the visual pictures. That's amazing to me.
spirit of Salamat, a wish for peace and harmony that goes beyond words. Pero wait lang, how exactly did we forget the true meaning and much deeper significance of Salamat? Over the centuries of colonialism, the meaning and the use of Salamat was shaped by the cultural and social changes brought by the colonizers. When the Spaniards arrived and conquered our islands, they disrupted many indigenous practices and reframed our people's cultures to fit within a Christian lens. Indeed, for over 3 centuries, they introduced anti-Muslim narratives that diminished our connections to the Muslim world. For instance, the term Moro was used during the Spanish era to vilify Muslims in what is now the Philippines, framing them as outsiders or threats. Sadly, this prejudice influenced how certain traditions and linguistic connections, like those tied to Salamat, were perceived as bad or worse, forgotten. But this division did not reflect the reality of pre-colonial Philippines. Before colonialism, our ancestors often lived in multi-faith communities, where it was actually common to have family members practicing different beliefs or religions. Indeed, respect and coexistence were the norms throughout the islands of the Philippines, throughout the islands of Southeast Asia, rather than these rigid, polarizing divisions of us versus them. And sadly, the colonizers disrupted this relatively peaceful coexistence by imposing their own ideas of religion and identity, using prejudice to divide our people and justify their conquest of our motherland. Now fast forward to the arrival of the Americans. Through their colonial education system, they introduced English as the language of progress. But American colonial education was not actually about teaching, it was about control. By prioritizing English and, presenting indigenous cultures as backwards, they created a disconnection between Filipinos and our roots, making
Wow, this guy is really dug deep in history, and that's amazing.
it harder for us to see the deeper meanings behind our words, like salamat, and eventually reducing salamat to a simple, transactional thank you. Which is why sadly today, many Filipinos say salamat without realizing its deeper, profound layers of meaning. And this shift was not accidental. It was the result of centuries of colonial erasure and miseducation. But despite this, Salamat endured. It remained a word of gratitude, quietly carrying its original essence through generations, a testament to the resilience of our cultures and languages. It is a reminder of where we've come from, what our people have endured, and who we aspire to be. And honestly, this is why I enjoy making videos like this. Videos that are not just meant to give you fun facts, but really to inspire you to dig deeper into our roots, our own histories and cultures, to reflect on our own past and reconnect with our roots.
It's amazing how the history is very, very deep. Yeah, very deep. The culture is large. The more the more you realize you don't know.
So the next time we say salamat, just remember that it's more than just saying thank you. It is a wish for peace, an abundance of peace, harmony, and community. It's a simple but deep word that connects us to our roots and reflects the values we share and continue to hold over the centuries. And honestly for me, Salamat has always been more than just a word. Its deeper meaning has shaped and inspired my life and my work throughout the
Hey, scholar for sure. This guy looks like a teacher.
years. In fact, it was the theme of my graduation speech at UC Davis at our Southeast Asian graduation back in 2013, reflecting on how Salamat connects us to our shared histories and cultures. And it's a reminder of the values that brings our people together: peace, gratitude, and resilience. So this holiday season, let us know what you're thankful for. And if you find this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon so you don't miss out on upcoming videos
Yeah, his details will be in the description below, yeah?
on our people's histories, cultures, and everything in between. And of course, this video would not be possible without the love and the support of my subscribers, patrons,
But that's amazing. That's amazing how deep he dug into the history, and that's knowledge by itself, yeah?